Morning for Eastern Washington. Let's check in right away with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker for a look at the forecast.
Nadine, here's the area where the red flag warning is in effect. It continues through Thursday for the area shaded in orange on your screen. The combination of low relative humidities way down in the teens and those gusty winds that will continue tonight, dying down a little bit overnight and then returning tomorrow. That has firefighters on heightened alert for critical fire weather conditions across the region. Taking a look now at our winds across the area presently, we're at southwest winds at 18 miles per hour in Spokane. However, we are seeing those gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range, 15-mile-per-hour sustained winds in Moses Lake, 8-mile-per-hour sustained winds down on the Palouse. Temperatures running about average by about 10 degrees. We're at 91 in Spokane, 90 in Coeur d'Alene and Deer Park. It's 96 in Moses Lake and 97 in Lewiston. A cold front pushing its way through the region is picking up those winds. It's also going to cool things down, but it does bring with it a slight chance of some isolated thunderstorms overnight tonight. The best chance will be through the Palouse and the central panhandle, but we could hear a few rumbles of thunder overnight as well in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 58 degrees to start the day tomorrow. Blue skies and sunshine. A high temperature tomorrow of 81 degrees and breezy. I will be back with your 7-day forecast. We're going to cool down even further and then warm right back up. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Nadine?
I'll talk to you then. Thanks a lot, Chris. Some strong winds and low humidity triggered that red flag warning, but fortunately, firefighters are standing by to deal with any problem. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey is live in Riverside State Park to show us an amazing plane that is keeping fires from burning out of control. Jeff?
Nadine, it is called the Fire Boss. It is a single-engine turboprop, but up close you can see it's so big it actually takes 2 ladders to get up inside the cockpit. Today we got to take a closer look at this very important plane and the man who flies it.
So far, crews from the Department of Natural Resources haven't been too busy this summer catching up on their chores and training, but that could all change today or Thursday as a dry cold front passes through our area.
Well, with the Spokane urban interface, as the fuels are all drying out, fires can move pretty fast in the wind. And with us being able to respond and knock it down early, it can keep it from getting to be a big one, we hope.
One of the best ways to deliver a speedy initial attack is from the air. This water-dropping plane called a Fire Boss can make the flight from Deer Park to Spokane in about 10 minutes and then throw down its 800-gallon cargo at the leading edge of the fire.
What we're really trying to do is slow down the spread of the fire and get it safe for the ground guys to get in. Buy them a little time, buy them a little safety.
Best of all, pilot Eric Johnson only has to find the closest lake to refill his Fire Boss, and then he's ready for another run.
Right after it's touched down, I drop what we call probes out of the bottom of the keels of the floats. And it rams the water up into the hopper, which is between the cockpit and the engine on the airplane, and fills it up.
The Fire Boss is even equipped with an infrared camera that helps him peer through the smoke and find the heart of the fire. Johnson and his plane are always a welcome sight for fire crews on the ground.
I have seen it make critical drops in helping fires flank around homes or saving structures. Our primary mission is to save lives, property, and natural resources, and this is a critical tool.
Now, Mr. Johnson, the Fire Boss pilot, he wanted to thank all the boaters in our area who give him lots of room to work when he's scooping out water out of our local lakes and rivers.
Jeff, that pilot and the plane, what do? They just sit at the airport all day waiting for a fire?
It's important that they're there so they can get up and go. And here's the really interesting part. That plane sits empty because the weight of 800 gallons of water is so heavy that it actually damages the landing gear and flattens out the tires so they don't roll well. And so they get a big water tank right next to the plane, and they can fill it with water and get it in the air in about 6 minutes or less.